Hello, my friends. I'm so excited to be here on this episode, sharing with you all things vision board. If you know me, you know that I love to dream. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you're watching the video, you can see my vision board behind me here. I had to prop it up on the wall with like a little stool because this sucker is massive and it doesn't go on this wall right here. So I had to prop it up because I wanted this to be my backdrop to show you an example because after all, it is a vision board talk. And I wanted you guys to have a visual of what I'm talking about instead of just me sharing the words about it. There's a lot that goes into it. And one of those like times where you're doing something that comes really natural and it's like really fun and exciting to you. And you don't realize how many steps go into the process. Well, that was me with this because I love dreaming. I am huge into the law of attraction, manifestation. You hear me talk about that all the time with my styling services. You attract your clients, you attract your opportunities. Heck, even if you're single, you attract your spouse, right? But you attract all the time, even when you're not even realizing it. And so the vision board is something for me that I take really, really seriously. I have it in a spot in my house where I see it all of the time. And sometimes even during my hours where I pray, where I meditate, I put it right in front of my face. And even sometimes when I'm drinking coffee in the morning, I'll just go over to my vision board and just stare at it and look at it. And like, it's something that you want to be able to look at a lot and something that you want to just gravitate towards. And it makes you so, so happy when you look at it. And that's what this does for me. It makes me so dang happy. And you guys, I got to say, before I go into like the steps of how to create a vision board, two things. You don't have to create something as massive as mine. Maybe you want to create one like a quarter of the size, half the size. Maybe you want to create one bigger. It doesn't matter. Like, this is for you. So do whatever feels genuine and authentic to you because nobody else's vision board is going to speak to you like yours does. And also, you don't have to have this like an overnight thing. I've seen a lot of people do like vision board nights and they get like a bunch of women together and they, craft their vision board from magazines. I think that's super cool. However, I have no idea how people create their vision board in like 2 hours. It's beyond me. I don't understand. Maybe it's because I'm very specific about what I put on my board because I truly have manifested multiple things from my vision board. And I just want to be extremely intentional and I want the pictures to feel like me, to feel like my future, to feel like the pictures that have like, the husband and wife. And I want it to look like me and my future husband, so I actually dig through photos on photos, like hundreds of photos to find the perfect one that feels super real to me. So when I look at that photo, I can see myself in it. And I hope that makes sense because I really think that's one of the most important things. And that's why I don't think that vision board creation should just be something that happens in even like one sitting. I think it should happen over multiple sittings. And I have done that before. So I'm speaking from experience that I don't feel that it's as effective if you do it very quickly. So if you've been trying to make a vision board and you're getting really discouraged and you've only been doing it for like an hour and you're like, oh my God, this is taking forever. Just be patient with yourself. Dreams don't happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? So this one that is behind me took me approximately 2 to 3 weeks. I was working on it for so long. And actually, one of the things that why I got it done in even that short amount of time was because I got sick and I was just laying on my couch for like 4 days. And I was like, well, my body's like very exhausted and fatigued and not feeling well at all. But you know what? I can get on my phone and I can just scroll mindlessly through photos. So that's what I did. And truthfully, if I wouldn't have gotten sick that week, I probably still wouldn't have this done because well, life just happens. Like you have work, you have family, you have friends, you have, travels, you have events, everything happens. And so my vision board has been put on the back burner for so long. It's embarrassing to say how long, but boy, oh boy, when I got it done, like I am so, so happy with it. And it makes me I love it. It's like my baby. It's crazy. So anyways, I want to give you guys the steps. To how I personally create my vision board. Take these steps with a grain of salt. Like if it doesn't work for you, then it doesn't work for you. I am not one of those people that's like, hey, you must do boom, boom, boom. And this is how you create it. Like this is how my brain functions. So maybe your brain doesn't function like this. And, you pick whatever steps here that work for you. That's the glory of podcast here is you just can take what works best for you. But all right. So the very first thing, and like I said, when I was I had to make like a page of notes here because I started writing down like, okay, how did I do my vision board? Because I just feel like I looked up a ton of pictures and all these different categories of life. And then I got to writing these notes down before I recorded this podcast. And I'm like, holy crap, I'd actually put a lot of thought into this. And so thank you for asking me to do a podcast episode on this because it's really kind of, hopefully this helps you guys a lot to create a vision of your dreams. But selfishly, it kind of helped me a lot too to just realize like, wow, I put a lot of thought into this and I kind of had like a proud moment. So thank you guys for allowing but allowing myself to have that moment too, where I was like, there's a lot of steps that go into this. So here we go. Enough of the mumbo jumbo here. Number one, before you even start the vision board, you guys, the very last step, I'm just going to like skip to the very last step for a second. I did not have this board when I did this because I think that sometimes limits you when you already have the board. Now, I already had a vision board. It was like half this size, no joke, maybe even a little bit smaller than half. And when I started collecting these photos for my vision board, I started to think I have 73 photos on this bad boy. And I started to think there's no freaking way that 73 photos are going to fit on my old vision board. So instead of being like, oh, what should I eliminate? This is the abundance mindset. People take note. What should I eliminate so it can fit on my old board? No. I wish I had like a horn right now, like, wrong. No, the abundance mindset, the future you is thinking, ditch the old board. Let's go get a new board because I have bigger dreams. Don't shrink your dreams. Ooh, it's like a metaphor for life, but don't shrink your dreams because your old vision board is too small. Did you hear that? Don't shrink your dreams because your old vision board is too small. Go out and buy a new vision board if you have to. Do not base it upon what you already have because what you had in the past is not what you have in the future. So first things first, I did not already have this board. I don't want you to even think about the size of your vision board yet. You have to just get in the state of mind that just let your mind and your visions just flow naturally. And so that's one of the biggest things. The very first step is that you need to make sure that when you're sitting down for your vision board, that it's not forceful. Like get yourself in a state of mind, and it typically happens naturally. And that's why it took me so long, because in the past I've forcefully created a vision board. And yes, I start to get in the flow after I start doing it. But truthfully, if you're feeling in the flow and you have 15 minutes, if you have 30 minutes, if you have an hour or 2 hours, whatever, do it then. Even if it wasn't planned, just do it. If you start this like feeling inspired, maybe it's after your workout. That's a big time when I'm feeling inspired. Or maybe it's even during your workout, like when you're on the treadmill, or on the elliptical or doing cardio or something. I mean, come on, that's boring anyways, but we got to do it, people. But maybe it's during that, like your mind is just going, you're getting super motivated, you're getting super inspired. Start looking up pictures then, or just take notes on your phone, like boom, boom, boom. And that's how it started for me, because this time around, because I was, for some odd reason, I mean, I'm a very motivated, self-motivated person, but I was not feeling inspired. I had the desire, like I wanted to create my vision board, but I was having a hard time, like, just get going, like start pedaling, because I don't know why. It was like all of a sudden my dreamer was like slightly turned off and it was starting to freak me out. And so I went on, I was working out and I started to feel inspired. I'm like, aha, this is the time that I need to start making notes for my vision board. So that's what I started doing. I was on the elliptical. I opened my notes tab in my iPhone and I just started making notes of all these different things. I mean, I wasn't trying to like say, all right, category, financial, and then health, spiritual, family, relationships. Like I wasn't doing that. It was just like whatever's popping into my mind. Like that. I remember the first thing was that fifth wheel that I have over there on my board. I have the wakeboard boat. Like I can easily think of dreams like that create really cool experiences, or traveling or skiing. And so like that stuff kind of naturally comes to my mind first. Some people call me the funaholic. You know what I'm saying? I just like to have a ton of fun. So those things just like naturally come to me, and like the things that create experiences, and especially when it has to do with even traveling or outdoors. And so I was getting really inspired. And then naturally, when your brain starts, when you're moving your body, you start getting motivated, you start getting inspired, you start taking notes on these things. And then naturally, and then I would put my phone down and then I'm like, oh, boom, another one came up. Investment properties. Oh, boom, clothing line. Oh, and then it's like my brain naturally switches gears to like all these different random areas of life. And then, of course, relationships and just everything. And so do it. Start taking notes on your phone. You don't have to find pictures immediately, but start taking notes on your phone the second that it pops into your head. You don't have to get a picture of that and put it on your vision board. But if it pops into your phone, it's there for a reason. And so, I mean, it pops into your mind, put it in your phone, because that idea, that dream, that vision is there for a reason. And so when you make those notes, just write down, ski trip or marriage or family, 2 kids, investment property in Scottsdale, investment property over here, beach house, all these things. Write them down right when you think of it. Do not force this process. Just allow it to flow through you, because that's when you're being the most authentic to yourself. And so start by doing that. Next, when you get to that point where you have enough ideas where you're like, okay, I want to start looking at pictures, right? That's like the fun part. I could do that for hours on end. It's like scrolling through social media with like a bunch of positivity, like, hallelujah, that would be amazing. But I want you to first ask yourself, where are you right now? So you have the list, right, in your notes that you're like, that's just naturally like coming out of you, and you're getting like super excited about it. You're like, oh my God, that'd be so cool to have a motorhome, or wow, that'd be so cool to, be a millionaire or be a multimillionaire, or wow, that'd be so cool to travel the world and Airbnb hop, whatever it is for you. Maybe have that perfect wardrobe too. I can help you with that. But before you start looking at photos, ask yourself, where are you right now? And I'm just going to read off my paper here, because I don't want to miss one of these, because there's a lot of random ones. And even if you Google it, or if you kind of go to like a vision board night or something, you're going to have a lot of these similar categories, but maybe there's a couple in here that maybe you haven't thought of before. But ask yourself, like, where are you right now locationally? A lot of times I think we think emotionally or health or other categories, which are also important, and I will name here, but where are you locationally? Where do you ideally want to be locationally? Where do you want to be living? What are you surrounded by? Coffee shops that you go to, restaurants that you eat at. What do you do for activities in the location that you're at? Where would you ideally like what kind of ideal coffee shops would you like to go to? Ideal restaurants would you like to go to? Ideal people that are around you in your location? Ideal experiences or adventures that you can do in the location that you're at. Everything that has to do with your city. Right now I live in Scottsdale, Arizona, as I'm filming this podcast, and I could list hiking, I could list a bajillion restaurants, a lot of different outdoor activities, maybe going up to Sedona or Flagstaff, or the different types of people that live here, and different coffee shops that I enjoy going to. But then think even further, like, where would you ideally, like, I'm considering Austin, Texas. Shout out to Austin. If anybody's there, let me know. I would love to hear about it. But that's why I have over here love from Austin, because I have a desire to potentially live in Austin someday. And then think about like what would come with Austin. So what I have is like a girl and guy dancing, and to me it's two-stepping, and we both have our cowboy hats on, because I have like, I want to patent the word like country bougie, because that's me to a T. But that just looked like a lot of fun. Even the fifth wheel and the wakeboard boat that I have on my vision board, we're kind of doing the fun things here first. But like those things also come with Austin, and really it could be in multiple different places, but I put that all kind of by each other over here on my vision board, because Lake Travis is in Austin. I would love to go camping at Lake Travis. I would love to travel with a fifth wheel, really everywhere, but someday a motorhome. But I put more achievable ones first. Like that's going to be a stepping stone to my motorhome. And the wakeboard boat, like stepping stone to my yacht that's down there, because that one's got to go probably on the ocean. Told you guys, I'm a dreamer. Not all of these are for everybody. Okay. Like I want to continue to reiterate that these dreams might not be yours. Matter of fact, probably like none of them are because it's my vision board. But location wise, so that was long winded on location wise, but ask yourself again, where are you at emotionally? Where do you want to be emotionally? How are you expressing yourself? Are you showing up energetically in a positive or negative way every single day? Where do you desire to be energetically, emotionally? Is there any ways that you could improve? And really, how you put those on a vision board is truthfully for me. Well, this one says self-discovery journaling prompts. And so if I'm ever stuck for some reason and I don't know what to journal about, if I can't like kind of feel my emotions for some reason, I'm just going to go straight to this picture where it gives me like, let's see, 20 or 25 journaling prompts that I can just go to. That's something that can help me emotionally and energetically in that area. Really energetically. Like this quote says, it's safe for me to be powerful. um Man, I don't chase, I attract. There's just so much. Inspired by the fear of being average. That's more like motivational, financial, that sort of thing. Here's one: success and love comes to me easily and effortlessly. Pray about it as much as you think about it. That's kind of more spiritual. But oh, this one right here: I am aligned with energies that heal my past and grow my future. So for me, the more emotionally energy ones are sayings or quotes that I find. But also another one, if you don't want quotes for emotionally, energetically, find photos where like you are like those photos like look like you're in that spirit of like positive energy, or you're like in a amazing, maybe it's like you meditating, maybe it's you sitting by the ocean and like a big smile, like peaceful look on your face. That's a way to also put like an emotional, emotionally healthy, positive energy picture on your vision board. Also ask yourself health. Where are you at with your health right now? Maybe it's nutrition. Maybe it's, your physical health. For me, I put a picture of a very fit blonde girl who she kind of looks like me on here, but she has just like her abs are a little bit more toned. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's motivating to me. Um, and then the other one I put was on my refrigerator because truthfully, I was running out of room on here, and my nutrition is usually pretty much on point. Anyways, I learned that during pageantry days, thank God. But I ever since Miss USA, I don't like bust my butt in the gym. I get in like 6 workouts a week typically, but I definitely like don't do as many ab workouts as I used to do because I'm like, good Lord Almighty, time for a glass of wine. You know what I'm saying? So I put the nutrition photo on my fridge actually, and now my refrigerator, as of yesterday, looks almost identical to that photo. So pretty stoked about that. But health wise, anything, yeah, health like fitness, nutrition, something like a healthy looking picture. So that's category. That's usually like everybody's New Year's resolution. So that's like the most typical one. But also family. I love this photo. It's so cute. This is like definitely my future because my quote unquote mom in this picture. I say quote unquote because it's not really a picture of my mom. It's like a family I found on Pinterest. But she has gray hair. My mom would probably shoot me if she saw this picture and she had gray hair. But it has like kids in the photo. It has it's like a family photo of like my husband and I, our kids, and his family and my family. And it just makes me so happy. It's like, looks like an outdoor picnic with lights and I don't know, it looks adorable. But then family, I also have, well, romantic wise, I have a ring because hello, I want to be married someday. And then I have a picture of like sitting around the campfire, a cute little romantic photo. Um, you know, a photo with me and my future, my husband and kids, and then my kids on a boat. Oh, also one walking to our plane. Yeah, that's a good looking photo right there. Um, but so I have a lot of like, I have some things that are more, and this is something that I want to pause for a second and make note. It's like I have some things that are current, so like now till like for the next 3 years, and then I have some that are more like 3 to 10 years, let's say. But I really, really tried because this is a mistake I've made in the past with my vision boards, is that I made some that were just like outlandish. Like I guess you don't know, you never know what God's gonna do or the universe is gonna do, right? But I mean, he could bring things to you tomorrow and you just don't know. Like, that's the beauty of our God. But also, I am a little bit realistic. Like, I'm probably not going to like have that gorgeous, beautiful home that's on there tomorrow. But, yeah, I guess you just never know. But one thing I do want to say is that I try to keep this vision board more realistic, because sometimes what I find is like when you make it so um out there, that sometimes you look at your board and you're like, oh my God, I have so many steps to get to that point. Like, I do desire to have a jet for conveniency someday. I just do. And like, do I think I'm probably going to have that jet tomorrow? No, probably not. But within the next 10 years, yeah, I really do believe that's realistic. Now, hopefully my spouse is on the same page as that, and we'll be good to go. But yeah, so that's family. And sorry, there's just so many things on here where I kind of get a little sidetracked because I just like have so many things that I want to share with you. So family, friendships, I definitely have like some spa days with my girls, going on the boat with my girls, and yeah, just like fun, fun friendships. Also, I have a group of like couples that look like we're on a rooftop and just have like a really cute romantic dinner. It actually kind of, when I look at this picture, it's more like my church group of friends, where it's like couples group and we're just all like connecting in community, having an awesome time, having some wine on a rooftop, something like that. So I have some friendship things there. If you want to put quotes for like any of these, I think that it's appropriate for all of these categories. Of course, business and financial, they kind of all go, that kind of goes a little bit together. But think of like, what do you want your future to look like business wise? So I do have a picture of me up here in this like really cool white and gold chair, and like I have a suit on my laptop. I have how to start a clothing business because I desire to have a clothing line. But for you, like, what is that for you? What do you want within the next 3 years, let's say? Like I said, let's not go, way down the line. If you want to, if that's how you're motivated, awesome, do it. Like, if that's you, cool, all for it. Forbes Women's Summit. I want to be a speaker at that. And I have a quote that says, darling, just own it. It's safe for me to be powerful. Okay, listen up, strong women. This one's for you. How many of us have not felt safe being our most powerful version of ourselves? I'm guilty of it for sure. And darling, just own it. That's all I'm going to say to that. Just freaking own it. God put you on this earth to be powerful, and don't freaking back down. You hear me? Okay, cool. All right, moving on. Business and financial. So this is a new one that I did this year, and honestly it was kind of cool because I saw the growth that was in myself. And I think sometimes this is really awesome to, like, what's really awesome about a vision board is like, oh wow, this wasn't even in my thought processes last year, or year before or whatnot. So I have a lot on investing. And although I have been investing for multiple years now I'm more invested, or now I'm more interested in like investing in real estate within the next, couple of years. And it says build relationships with, I'll just tell you guys this because this is actually really helpful, but build relationships with lawyers, tax advisors, accountants, sales consultants, marketing experts, graphic designers, and fitness, mental health coaches. And I'm going to add one to it, stylist. Hello, you got to look the part. But yeah, like this is all really, really cool. It was just really, and then I also put pictures of investment properties. So business wise for you, where can you expand? And I do challenge you on the financial side and the business side to not stay complacent. And I think sometimes it's really easy to just be like staying in your comfort zone. Even if you have like a certain financial number that you want to hit this year, you know what? Maybe double it, and then find photos that represent that. This picture says mood, CEO, or 000. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, that's pretty cool. I love that photo. I hope you can see that here. But that represent, and then it says bank account be looking like a phone number. That one just made me laugh. And I mean, yeah. And then, so again, quotes are really good for this one. Quotes really motivate me. I don't know, it's just how I work. But the one says, I am a millionaire for being me, which that was really cool. I think there's a lot of people that can lose themselves sometimes in business or just chasing money. And I really love that one. It was like, I'm a millionaire for being me. And there's nothing wrong with wanting that. Um, so again, quotes, but yeah, business, financial, where do you want to be? Stretch yourself. That is probably the one that I'm going to say stretch yourself the most on, especially the financial side. Don't get in your comfort zone. Do not limit yourself, you guys. Do not limit yourself because your surroundings, the people around you, like literally when you're doing this, listen to your heart, listen to the core of you. And if you have really big goals, maybe you're like, I am a billionaire for being me, then freaking be a billionaire for being you. That's okay. You can be a really, really, really good person and be a billionaire. I actually know a couple, and they're really, really, really good human beings. And so I just challenge you, like, we're not done with the categories right now, but I have to say this because I think a lot of times people limit themselves on their vision board because they're like, well, it's just kind of reality. Have kids and I can't do this or I can't do that. Or, maybe you don't have kids and you're like, well, just reality. Like, I'm married to somebody and they don't really have the same dreams as me. And, well, maybe, well, it might be time to get a coach or, a therapist for that one, try to get aligned. But try so hard not to allow your current situation. Maybe you're not married or have kids. Maybe you're just dating somebody, or maybe you're single, but maybe you're just scared and you're scared of outgrowing the people around you. I just want to encourage you not to limit yourself because of your surroundings right now. If your heart is telling you that you want more, it is okay. And this is the time where you need to block out the freaking noise and you need to become and print pictures and put it up on your freaking wall to become everything that God created you to be. I could preach about this for hours because I get really fired up about this. But it's okay to want a lot and you can still be a great person and do great things in this world. And truth be told, if we're talking about the I'm a millionaire for being me thing, I'm just going to stick on that one for a second. But if we're talking about that, if you have any sort of limiting money beliefs or I don't know what my friends or my family will think of me if I have, a lot of money, or if my family comes over and they see that I have a jet on my vision board, are they going to think I'm cocky or anything? Like they could look in, if you have a desire to make a lot of money in your lifetime here on this earth, that is okay. Truth be told, you can have more experiences with money. Money provides freedom and money provides more impact. No, money does not buy happiness. I do believe that. But also, I believe it can buy a lot of happiness if you first identify who you are internally before you have all the money, and that could crush you if you make a ton of money and you don't know who you are internally first. But I do strongly believe to my core that you can be an amazing human being and it's okay to desire a lot of money. It's okay. So if any of you have struggled with that, I have personally struggled with it. I've had the fear before, and I just told this to a friend the other day, but I've had a fear of outgrowing people in my life, people who are close to me, and it scares the absolute crap out of me. But you know what? You know what scares me more is this little quote down here that says, inspired by the fear of being average. You know what scares me even more is being mediocre. It does. And I just said it. And so if that's you, I hope that inspired you just a little bit to just be free for a second and just be free to dream when you're doing this. And it's okay to have massive goals. That's what's so fun about this. Okay, back to the categories here. So another one is spirituality, right in the center, because I want to have any of this without God in my life. It says God is within her. She will not fail. She will not fall. And Jeremiah 29:11 is on there. Pray about it as much as you think about it. This is a mission trip. I don't know exactly what country, but I do have philanthropy work on here too. Spirituality again can be quotes, can be Bible verses, can be a photo, can be anything, whatever your beliefs are, is exactly what needs to go up there. Um, Belief system. Oh, I also have, as far as this was kind of a new one that I think about it and I do, but I never thought about putting a picture up there. And I just thought this was really cool. So for any of you who are spiritual, and like to study the Bible or read Bible verses, this is one that I put of like me and my spouse holding hands and we're sitting in front of the fire, highlighting, like reading the Bible. And I just like look at that and I just think it's so cool. So that was one that was definitely different that I haven't had up there before. Another thing to think about is your belief system. What are your beliefs? Like, and this kind of goes on spirituality. Um, but like I have romanticize your life. Like, doesn't that sound just like beautiful? I don't know. I loved it. Be mentally attractive. Like that is huge. Um, Casual elegance. I don't know. There's certain things that I mean, even when I read them now, I'm just like, ah. So yeah, your belief system, travel and adventure. Okay, if you've been like here for a little while, I love traveling. You probably see my Instagram all the time. I travel quite a bit for work and for fun, but I love traveling. It just like frees the soul. But traveling and adventure. So I have unplug and breathe up there. I have pictures of like Greece, pictures of the Masters. I want to go to the Masters so stinking bad. I'm a golfer myself, so that'd be so much fun. But where do you want to travel? Where do you want to adventure to? Even in your same city. Um, maybe you're, let's just say in Colorado and you want to learn how to go, or you want to go mountain biking, or you want to go skiing. Um, Maybe you guys want to go zip lining. I don't know. What are some like fun adventures that maybe you haven't done before? And just think outside of the box and think of something like what would be so fun, like by the end of next year, if you did. Um, and also I would add in there another category of like, what's your ideal? And this is the stylist in me, but what is your ideal image? What is your ideal appearance? What does your best self this year look like? Think about that. Put photos up there, maybe your favorite outfits, maybe your favorite hairstyle. Ladies, maybe you want to get your lashes or some Botox or your lips done, or I don't know what it is, your eyebrows done. Maybe you want a different hair color. Maybe you want a different hair length. Who do you want to show up as? Like, what do you want your image to look like? And who do you want to portray? Like, who do you want to become this year? And put pictures up there of that. And that's truthfully where the casual elegance came from for me. Because as I create my clothing line, I want my clothing line to represent casual elegance. I just love that. It seems very fitting. And yeah, it's just, and I do have a picture. You can't really see it, it's behind me, but I have a picture behind me of this like really cool style that I love. It's like casual elegance. I don't know. It's just so put a photo up there of like your ideal self this year. Like, how do you want to show up to an event? What do you want to look like? What do you want your wardrobe to be? Your whole image. And your personality. Like, how do you want to become better as a person? And who do you want to show up as when you walk into that room? Maybe put a picture. There's a picture I have right here of quote unquote me, but of a woman who's on a stage and it looks like Tony Robbins stage. And she's just like, her arms are open and she's just smiling and she's just like feeling the moment. And truthfully, just like saying that out loud kind of chokes me up because I can like feel it in my bones. Of like, that is me, like up on stage, like look how far, we've came, and all like the pain and challenges and obstacles and hard moments and fun moments and everything combined, and like I'm here, and so put photos up there that like that get you choked up, that get that emotion rolling within you. So I know that was a lot, but we're still not done. But that's really a massive start if you can just kind of write notes of those categories. And how I found all these pictures were Pinterest. Some of them I found online, but just like Googling things. But overall, I found all of these on Pinterest. And so I just found them until I felt like, and this is very important, but I searched and searched and searched for photos that when I saw them, I'm like, boom, I can see myself in this situation. I can feel this like it's an energetic thing. Like, yes, by looking at that photo, I will attract that into my life. And you have to, don't just pick one because you're like, well, this is close. Like, no, just keep searching. There's thousands of millions of pictures out there that you can find. And again, I just want to remind you to expand, step out of your comfort zone. Um, Stop limiting yourself. Don't listen to anybody else around you. This is your vision board and yours only. And if it's on your heart, it's there for a reason. If you can see it behind your eyes, like you can bring it into your future and into your reality. So let's see, what other fancy notes do I have here? I want to make sure that I don't miss anything. Um let's see. So you go to Pinterest. Oh, and then once I found these, I categorized them in Pinterest very specifically. And then I even put some in there that I didn't end up printing out, but that's kind of the glory of Pinterest is you can just kind of save it and then go back. And then all I did was screenshot it and I uploaded it. This is all from my couch when I was sick, you guys. So trust me, if I can do this, you guys can do it too. It's super, super easy. But I screenshot it, I cropped it to like how I wanted it, and then I uploaded it to I think it was Walgreens or CVS. I don't know, one of those like minute photo things. I uploaded it on the app and it was ready in an hour. And I picked up all 73 photos and I picked them up and I was like, yeah, absolutely. I am most definitely not fitting all these photos on my old vision board. And again, it was kind of fun because I realized that my visions have grown, they've expanded, and I just thought it was really cool that I didn't limit myself. And I hope that inspires you not to limit yourself either, because as you just heard, like these are some big freaking goals. And yes, sometimes I look and I'm like, oh, it's going to take a while to get that one. But you know what? If you just keep putting one foot in front of the other and you keep your eye on the prize and you start really aligning your life with what you desire your future to be, you can make anything happen 100%. And so I printed these off and I actually went right to Hobby Lobby and I found this massive board and I was like, oh, wow, this is very large and I don't know if this is going to be too big, but we're going to give it a shot. So I bought the board, brought it home. And what I did was, again, I don't want to just like splatter the, photos everywhere. So I actually laid out the photos on the board like strategically and I moved them around like a puzzle until they all fit perfectly. And maybe this is a little bit OCD, like you may not want to do this, but it looks pretty. And so it makes me happy. But this side, I have, like business, financial, investment properties. And then I put like friendships in one area, relationships in another, like relationship in another area, family in one area, spiritual, God, travel, adventure, all of that stuff. Yeah. So I did kind of categorize them all in so they looked aesthetically pleasing. You just kind of have to do it because if you go to that much effort and take that much time finding the perfect photos that feel like you, that feel like your future, that even look like you, it's worth it. So just go the extra mile, find a board that fits all of your pictures. And I got lucky because I didn't measure anything or nothing beforehand. And it literally fit perfect. There were only like 2 photos that I didn't use that I printed out and it worked out great because I like put it on my fridge anyways because it was nutrition things. And then just get a board and I got these like flat little thumbtacks. My old board, I got like, bigger ones and it was kind of obnoxious and it just looks so much prettier and they're flat tacks. So thumbtacks or whatever. So that's pretty much all. I got it done and I'm like obsessing over it. I may have cried a little bit because it was just like, wow, this board is like so me and so my future. I'm so excited to like just accomplish more of this and like see it all come to life. And it just felt like so whole. That's the word, like whole. That's what I want you to feel when you're done with the vision board is whole. And when you look at it, you're like, this is my life. And it's so exciting to watch every single chapter of it unfold. And so really lastly, here as we wrap up, I just want to encourage you when you're done with it to put it in a place where you look at it every single day. For a while, I had it in my room because I just wanted to stare at it every night when I went to bed, every night when I woke up. I know it sounds a little obsessive. I am fully aware. But like I said, I'm so into law of attraction, manifestation, that I truly believe, and it's been proved in my life, that when I look at my vision board, when I feel the feelings of it, I don't just look and like, oh, yeah, wow, that's cool. That's cool. No, I visualize. And that's the next thing. That's why it's called a vision board. But I want you guys to visualize the visions on your board. Feel it. Feel yourself, owning that investment property. Feel yourself having those positive like words and that positive mindset. Feel yourself looking at your bank account and seeing it look like a phone number. Visualize yourself getting married or having the babies, or going and doing the mission work over another country and playing sports with those kids. Oh, I can't wait to do that. Imagine yourself on your boat or camping, or maybe you're at the Masters or flying on your private jet, or maybe imagine yourself speaking on stage and in that perfect outfit that you just feel so fire in and so confident when you walk up there. Just like feel that ideal relationship and look at those, you know, look at those photos and visualize and feel that spirituality, just like that you have, and that new self that you have in 2023. And imagine that it's all true, and that you already have it. Don't be like, oh wow, that's amazing, like that's so cool in 10 years. Like I said before, I spaced it out that far intentionally, but truthfully, when I look at this board, none of it to me, I'm like, for the most part, I could actually have all that in 3 years, but I don't know what God's plan is for me. So whether you're spiritual or, you maybe believe in the universe and all the forces working for you, I believe in that too, the secret, law of attraction. But visualize, feel it to your core, hang it in some place that you see it every single day, and enjoy, soak it up. And I hope this helped. If you have any questions or if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your friends, tag me on social media, and I will definitely reshare it. Until next time, be the unexpected.